Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to hear me today. The greatest threat to your destiny is not failure, it is comfort. You were never created to live in the confines of convenience. You were designed for greatness, for impact, for purpose. And yet so many of us settle for what is familiar, what is easy, and what is safe. But let me tell you something. Your comfort zone is your biggest enemy because it is the place where dreams die, potential is buried, and destiny is suffocated. Comfort is one of the most deceptive traps in life. It disguises itself as peace, stability, and security, yet, beneath the surface, it is the very thing that keeps people from reaching their destiny. Many individuals settle for less, not because they lack potential, but because they become too comfortable where they are. They stop striving, stop growing, and stop believing that more is possible. Comfort, when left unchecked, becomes the silent killer of dreams, a subtle enemy that convinces people that they have arrived when in reality, they have only begun. One of the most dangerous aspects of comfort is that it removes the urgency to grow. A person who is comfortable sees no need to stretch beyond what they already know. They repeat the same routines, engage in the same conversations, and surround themselves with the same people. Over time, this creates a cycle of stagnation. The mind becomes dull, the passion for progress fades, and the desire to take risks disappears. Instead of pursuing greater opportunities, they settle for what is familiar, assuming that where they are is where they were meant to be. Growth and success require discomfort. No one ever achieved greatness by staying within the boundaries of what was easy. Every major breakthrough in history came from individuals who dared to step outside of their comfort zones. In contrast, those who remained in places of ease and familiarity often found themselves watching life pass them by. The greatest enemy of your destiny is not failure, it is the decision to remain where you are when you know you were created for more. Many people confuse comfort with contentment. Contentment is a state of gratitude and peace, knowing that you are blessed and trusting the process of growth. However, comfort is different. It lulls you into a false sense of security that prevents you from taking action. People who are too comfortable begin to fear change. They resist new challenges and avoid stepping into unknown territory. The fear of uncertainty becomes greater than the desire for progress, and before they realize it, years have passed without any significant movement toward their purpose. The human mind and body were designed for progress. When a muscle is not used, it weakens. When the brain is not challenged, it becomes lazy. The same principle applies to destiny. When a person refuses to step outside of their comfort zone, they begin to lose the ability to recognize opportunities. Doors that were once open begin to close. Skills that were once sharp begin to dull. Passion that once burned bright begins to fade, all because of the decision to remain in a place of ease rather than step into a place of challenge and transformation. Life will always present opportunities for growth, but those opportunities often require sacrifice. They require letting go of what is known in order to embrace what is possible. The person who clings to comfort will never taste the fullness of their potential. They will always wonder what could have been, what they could have achieved, and who they could have become, if only they had been willing to step beyond what was familiar. It is easy to blame circumstances, other people, or a lack of resources for stagnation, but the truth is, the greatest barrier to success is often the unwillingness to embrace discomfort. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is not intelligence, talent, or background. It is the willingness to move forward, even when it feels uncomfortable. The greatest risk in life is not failure, it is playing it safe. Those who refuse to leave their comfort zones will never know what they are truly capable of. The world is full of people who had great potential but never acted on it because they chose comfort over courage. They waited for the perfect moment, the right conditions, and the assurance of success before taking action. But the truth is, no great achievement comes with guarantees. It comes with faith, resilience, and the determination to move forward despite uncertainty. Comfort is a silent enemy that lulls people into a state of complacency. It creates an illusion of satisfaction, making individuals believe that where they are is good enough. Over time, this mindset leads to stagnation, where ambition fades, personal growth slows down, and the desire for greater achievements disappears. People who become too comfortable stop striving for improvement because they assume they have already reached a place of security. However, what they fail to realize is that complacency is the beginning of decline. When a person settles into comfort, they lose the hunger for progress. The drive that once pushed them to work harder, learn more, and reach higher begins to diminish. They no longer seek new knowledge or embrace challenges that can refine their skills. Instead, they repeat the same routines, maintaining a level of mediocrity that keeps them from experiencing real success. The danger of this state is that it does not happen suddenly. It happens gradually, over time. Small compromises, small delays, and small excuses accumulate until the individual finds themselves stuck in a cycle of inaction. One of the greatest dangers of complacency is that it blinds people to their potential. A person who has settled into comfort no longer sees the need to push themselves beyond their current limits. They accept their circumstances as final, believing that what they have achieved is enough. This mentality keeps them from discovering new possibilities, unlocking hidden talents, or pursuing bigger dreams. Many people remain in jobs they dislike, relationships that do not challenge them, and environments that limit their growth simply because they have become comfortable. They tell themselves that change is unnecessary, that risk is too dangerous, and that staying where they are is the safest option. But what they fail to realize is that staying the same is the riskiest choice of all. The world is constantly evolving, and those who refuse to grow with it eventually get left behind. Industries change, technologies advance, and new opportunities arise every day. Those who embrace growth and challenge themselves to adapt continue to thrive, while those who remain in their comfort zone struggle to keep up. The most successful individuals are those who never allow complacency to take root in their lives. They understand that true fulfillment comes from continuous learning, self-improvement, and the courage to step outside of their comfort zones. Complacency also weakens ambition. A person who was once full of dreams and aspirations can lose their sense of purpose when they become too comfortable. They stop setting goals, stop pushing themselves to improve, and eventually accept a life far below their true potential. The fire that once burned within them begins to fade, replaced by an attitude of passivity. Instead of striving for excellence, they settle for average. Instead of leading, they follow. Instead of taking control of their destiny, they allow circumstances to dictate their path. It is not external obstacles that destroy potential, it is the decision to settle. Decision is the decision to settle. Many people blame their lack of progress on lack of resources, difficult circumstances, or the actions of others. But in reality, the greatest enemy of success is often the mindset of complacency. Those who refuse to challenge themselves, to take risks, and to embrace discomfort will never know what they are truly capable of achieving. Complacency does not just affect individuals. It affects relationships, businesses, and entire societies. The moment a person, a team, or a nation stops striving for excellence, decline begins. What was once strong begins to weaken. What was once innovative becomes outdated. What was once full of passion becomes dull and lifeless. Growth is not automatic. It requires effort, intention, and a commitment to continuous improvement. The only way to break free from complacency is to challenge comfort. It requires an intentional decision to seek discomfort, to embrace new challenges, and to push beyond familiar limits. Success is not found in ease but in effort. Those who achieve great things in life are not those who settle, but those who constantly stretch themselves, pursue growth, and refuse to let comfort define their future. Growth is a journey that begins the moment a person steps beyond the limits of their comfort zone. Comfort provides a sense of security, but it also creates stagnation. When people remain in familiar territory, they stop challenging themselves. And without challenge, there is no progress. Every individual is born with unlimited potential, but that potential remains dormant unless it is tested, stretched, and developed. The only way to truly grow is to embrace discomfort, step into the unknown, and be willing to face the challenges that come with change. The greatest breakthroughs in life happen when people take risks. A seed does not grow unless it is buried in the soil, left in darkness, and subjected to pressure. Similarly, individuals do not develop their true strength until they step into situations that demand more from them. The process may be uncomfortable, but discomfort is the very thing that forces growth. It reveals weaknesses, exposes hidden strengths, and pushes a person to improve. When people resist discomfort, they also resist the very opportunities that could transform their lives. The mind and body are designed to adapt. When a person lifts weights, their muscles tear and rebuild stronger than before. When they learn a new skill, their brain forms new connections. Growth is a natural process, but it only happens when there is resistance. Without resistance, there is no need to adapt, and without adaptation, there is no growth. This is why those who embrace challenges, seek new experiences, and push themselves beyond what is easy often achieve the most success. They understand that growth is not a comfortable process, but it is necessary for progress. Many people remain trapped in mediocrity because they fear stepping outside of what is familiar. They wait for the perfect moment, the right conditions, or a guarantee of success before taking action. But growth does not wait for perfection. It happens when a person takes the first step, even when they feel uncertain. Fear of failure is one of the biggest obstacles to growth. But failure itself is not the enemy. In fact, failure is one of the greatest teachers. Every mistake provides a lesson. Every setback builds resilience, and every challenge prepares a person for the next level. Those who refuse to step beyond their comfort zones miss out on these valuable experiences that shape character and develop wisdom. Opportunities are often disguised as challenges. The greatest leaders, innovators, and achievers in history did not rise to success by staying in their comfort zones. They took risks, embraced uncertainty, and challenged themselves to go beyond what was easy. Their willingness to step into discomfort allowed them to achieve things that others only dream of. The difference between those who grow and those who remain stagnant is not talent, intelligence, or background. It is the ability to embrace discomfort and use it as a catalyst for progress. One of the most powerful truths about growth is that it does not happen overnight. It is a continuous process of learning, adapting, and evolving. Every time a person faces a new challenge, they have the choice to either shrink back into comfort or step forward into growth. Those who choose to move forward will find that with each step their confidence increases, their abilities expand, and their vision becomes clearer. Growth is not a one-time event, but a lifelong commitment. Those who make the decision to consistently challenge themselves will always be ahead of those who settle for what is easy. The rewards of growth, greater wisdom, increased opportunities, and a deeper sense of fulfillment are only available to those who are willing to leave their comfort zones behind. The journey may be difficult, but the results are always worth it. Discomfort is an essential ingredient in the process of development. It is the force that pushes individuals to grow beyond their limitations, stretch their abilities, and discover their true potential. Without discomfort, there is no reason to change, no motivation to improve, and no challenge to overcome. Every great achievement, whether in personal growth, career advancement, or character development, is born out of a willingness to endure discomfort. It is in moments of struggle, uncertainty, and pressure that the greatest transformations take place. The human body itself is a perfect example of this principle. When muscles are placed under strain through exercise, they experience tiny tears that, when repaired, grow back stronger. Without resistance, muscles do not develop. The same is true for the mind and spirit. When a person faces challenges, their resilience is tested. They learn to think critically, adapt to new situations, and develop the strength to overcome adversity. Those who avoid discomfort remain weak in character, limited in skill, and stagnant in progress. Throughout history, every great leader, innovator, and trailblazer has embraced discomfort as a necessary part of the journey. Those who achieved success did not do so by staying in places of ease. Instead, they faced obstacles, endured failures, and pushed through uncertainty. It is through discomfort that people gain the wisdom, experience, and confidence needed to achieve their highest goals. The most successful individuals understand that discomfort is not an enemy but a teacher that refines them, prepares them, and strengthens them for the future. Discomfort forces people to confront their fears. Many individuals remain stuck in the same place for years because they are afraid to step into the unknown. They fear failure, rejection, or making mistakes, so they choose what is familiar and safe. However, growth cannot happen in safety. A person cannot reach new heights while holding on to their fears. The moment they step beyond what is comfortable, they realize that their fears were only an illusion, and they become stronger as a result. Discomfort also teaches discipline. Anything worth achieving requires effort and perseverance. Whether it is mastering a new skill, building a successful career, or developing a strong character, the process is rarely easy. It demands patience, consistency, and the ability to endure moments of difficulty. Those who understand the value of discomfort do not give up when faced with obstacles. Instead, they push forward, knowing that every struggle is shaping them into a better version of themselves. One of the greatest benefits of discomfort is that it expands a person's capacity. When someone faces a challenge and overcomes it, they develop confidence in their ability to handle greater challenges in the future. They no longer see difficulty as something to avoid, but as an opportunity to grow. Over time, they become more adaptable, more courageous, and more equipped to handle life's uncertainties. People who continuously seek comfort remain small, but those who embrace discomfort become unstoppable. Many people resist discomfort because they associate it with pain. However, the pain of growth is temporary, while the rewards are lasting. The discomfort of discipline, learning, and stretching one's limits is far better than the regret of never reaching one's full potential. Those who refuse to endure discomfort often find themselves stuck in mediocrity, looking back at opportunities they missed simply because they were unwilling to step out of what was easy. Discomfort is a sign that transformation is taking place. It means that progress is happening, that new possibilities are unfolding, and that a person is moving closer to their destiny. The greatest version of oneself is not found in places of ease, but in moments of challenge and perseverance. Those who understand this truth embrace discomfort, knowing that it is the price of greatness and the pathway to a life of purpose and fulfillment. Faith and risk are inseparable. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, and every step toward purpose requires an element of risk. Faith is the ability to trust in something greater than what is seen, to move forward despite uncertainty, and to believe that what lies ahead is worth pursuing. Without risk, faith remains inactive, and without faith, risk becomes overwhelming. True faith is demonstrated when a person steps out, not because they have all the answers, but because they trust that the journey will lead them to something greater. Risk is uncomfortable, but it is also necessary. Many people desire success, purpose, and fulfillment, yet they hesitate when faced with the risks that come with pursuing these things. They want guarantees, certainty, and security before they take action. However, faith does not work that way. Faith requires stepping into the unknown, believing that even though the path is unclear, every step taken will lead in the right direction. It is the willingness to move when there is no visible evidence of success, trusting that what is unseen is more real than what is seen. Throughout history, those who made the greatest impact were individuals who took bold risks. They left behind comfort, faced opposition, and moved forward despite fear. They did not wait for perfect conditions or absolute certainty. Instead, they acted on their convictions, believing that what they were pursuing was worth any challenge they might face. This is the essence of faith. It demands action. Without action, faith remains an idea, a hope, or a wish, but it does not bring results. Only when a person steps forward despite fear and uncertainty does faith begin to produce outcomes. Risk is often associated with failure, and this fear keeps many people from moving forward. They ask, what if I fail? What if things do not work out? But faith asks a different question. What if this step leads to something greater? The perspective a person chooses determines their outcome. Those who focus on fear remain stuck, but those who focus on possibility move forward. Every great accomplishment in life carries the risk of failure, but it is through failure that people learn, grow, and eventually succeed. Faith does not eliminate the possibility of failure, but it provides the strength to overcome it. Risk also requires letting go of control. Many people struggle with faith because they want to control every outcome. They want to know every detail before taking action. But faith does not operate in full knowledge. It operates in trust. It requires surrendering control, believing that even though the destination is unknown, the journey is leading somewhere meaningful. This kind of trust is difficult because it challenges human nature, which seeks security. However, the greatest breakthroughs in life happen when a person releases control and allows faith to lead. Taking risks in faith also separates those who live with purpose from those who merely exist. Playing it safe may prevent failure, but it also prevents progress. Those who refuse to take risks often find themselves stuck in routines, never experiencing the fullness of what life has to offer. Faith is what propels people into new opportunities, new experiences, and new levels of personal and spiritual growth. Every major life decision, whether in career, relationships, or personal growth, requires a step of faith, a moment where certainty is absent but conviction is present. Faith and risk go hand in hand, because true faith demands action. It requires courage to step beyond what is known, to embrace uncertainty, and to trust that even when the outcome is unclear, the journey will be worth it. Those who take risks in faith discover possibilities they never imagined, overcome challenges they never thought they could face, and experience a level of fulfillment that only comes from stepping beyond fear and into purpose. Success is never found in a place of comfort. It comes only when a person is willing to step out, take risks, and embrace the unknown. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, and every transformation begins with a decision to move beyond what is familiar. Those who remain where they are, waiting for perfect conditions or absolute certainty, often find themselves stuck in the same place for years. But those who step out, even when they feel unprepared, open the door to new opportunities, growth, and success. The fear of the unknown keeps many people from stepping out. They ask questions like, "What if I fail?" or "What if things do not work out?" This mindset creates hesitation, and hesitation leads to stagnation. But the reality is that no one achieves success without first taking a risk. Every successful person has faced moments of doubt, fear, and uncertainty, but they chose to move forward despite those feelings. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stagnant is not intelligence, talent, or luck. It is the willingness to take action. Stepping out requires courage. It means leaving behind the safety of what is known and embracing challenges that may seem overwhelming. Many people avoid stepping out because they want guarantees. They want to know that everything will work out perfectly before they take the first step. However, success does not work that way. It requires trust in the process and the belief that even if things do not go as planned, valuable lessons will be learned along the way. The greatest regrets in life are not the risks taken, but the opportunities missed because of fear. Growth and success are connected. No one can succeed without growing, and growth only happens outside of the comfort zone. When a person faces new challenges, they develop new skills, gain new perspectives, and strengthen their resilience. The struggles that come with stepping out are not meant to break them, but to prepare them for greater things. Many people want success without struggle, but struggle is the very thing that makes success meaningful. Without challenges, there is no progress, and without progress, there is no lasting success. Opportunities are often disguised as risks. Many people wait for the perfect opportunity to come to them, but opportunities rarely come in a perfect package. They come in the form of challenges, new responsibilities, or uncertain situations that require a leap of faith. Those who recognize opportunities and act on them, even when they feel unprepared, position themselves for success. They understand that waiting for certainty is a losing strategy because success favors those who move forward with faith and determination. One of the greatest obstacles to stepping out is the fear of failure. Society often views failure as something negative, but in reality, failure is a part of the process. Every successful person has faced failure, but they did not allow it to stop them. Instead, they learned from their mistakes, adjusted their approach, and kept moving forward. Failure is not the end, it is a stepping stone towards success. The only true failure is the refusal to try. Stepping out also builds confidence. The more a person challenges themselves, the stronger they become. What once seemed impossible becomes manageable, and what once felt overwhelming becomes an opportunity for growth. Confidence is not something that comes before action, it is something that is built through action. The more risks a person takes, the more they realize their capabilities, and the more they develop the mindset needed to achieve even greater things. Success is available to everyone, but it is only attained by those who take bold steps. It does not come to those who sit back and wait. It comes to those who take initiative. The first step is often the hardest, but it is also the most important. Once a person moves beyond fear, doubt, and hesitation, they discover that the path to success is not as impossible as it once seemed. The only way to achieve great things is to step out, take action, and trust that each step forward brings them closer to their destiny. Excuses are one of the greatest barriers to success and personal growth. They create a false sense of security, allowing individuals to justify inaction while remaining stuck in the same place. People often use excuses to avoid responsibility, delay progress, and protect themselves from discomfort. However, what they fail to realize is that every excuse they make becomes a chain that holds them back from achieving their true potential. Excuses do not protect people. They trap them in mediocrity, preventing them from stepping into a life of purpose and fulfillment. Many people convince themselves that they cannot move forward because of external circumstances. They blame their lack of progress on their background, lack of resources, difficult experiences, or other people. While challenges and obstacles are real, they are not the reason for failure. Excuses are. History is filled with individuals who faced extreme difficulties, but refused to allow excuses to control their lives. They pushed past their limitations, took responsibility for their future, and created success despite the odds. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain trapped is not opportunity or talent, but the decision to stop making excuses. Excuses are deceptive because they feel like valid reasons. People say they do not have enough time, they do not have enough knowledge, or the conditions are not right. They tell themselves that they will start when they have more money, when they feel ready, or when things become easier. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect time to take action. Those who wait for ideal conditions will always be waiting. Success does not come to those who wait for the perfect moment. It comes to those who take action despite the challenges they face. Fear is one of the biggest reasons people make excuses. They fear failure, rejection, or stepping into the unknown. Instead of facing these fears, they hide behind excuses that make them feel safe. However, safety is an illusion when it comes to growth. Avoiding risks does not eliminate the challenges of life, it only delays them. Every excuse made today becomes a regret in the future. The only way to overcome fear is to take action despite it. When a person decides to stop making excuses and face their fears head-on, they discover that most of their fears were only in their mind. Excuses also weaken a person's potential. When someone repeatedly tells themselves they cannot do something, they start to believe it. Their mindset becomes conditioned to accept limitations that are not real. This creates a cycle where they continuously hold themselves back, reinforcing their own doubts and insecurities. The mind is powerful, and whatever a person feeds it will grow. If they fill their mind with excuses, they will always find reasons why they cannot succeed. But if they choose to reject excuses and adopt a mindset of possibility, they will begin to see opportunities where they once saw obstacles. Personal responsibility is the key to breaking free from the trap of excuses. Those who achieve greatness take full ownership of their actions, decisions, and results. They do not blame circumstances, people, or lack of resources. Instead, they focus on what they can do with what they have. They find solutions instead of justifying problems. This mindset shift is what separates achievers from those who remain stuck. No one can control everything in life, but everyone can control their response to challenges. Taking responsibility shifts the focus from limitation to empowerment, allowing growth to take place. Excuses create comfort, but comfort does not lead to success. Growth requires discomfort, risk, and effort. Those who let go of excuses and embrace the challenges of life will always move forward. It may not be easy, but it will always be worth it. Every person has the power to change their life, but it begins with a decision to stop making excuses and start taking action. The only thing standing between a person and their dreams is the excuse they keep telling themselves. Once they remove the excuses, nothing can hold them back from achieving their full potential. Comfort is one of the most dangerous enemies to progress. It creates the illusion of safety while slowly robbing a person of their potential. Comfort keeps people stagnant, satisfied with the bare minimum, and unwilling to push beyond what is easy. It whispers that there is no need to strive for more, no need to take risks, and no need to embrace the challenges that lead to growth. But the truth is, every great achievement, every breakthrough, and every transformation happens outside of comfort. If a person wants to reach their destiny, they must be willing to kill the enemy called comfort. Comfort is deceptive because it feels good. It provides temporary ease, but in the long run it leads to regret. Many people wake up years later realizing that they have wasted time, missed opportunities, and settled for far less than they were capable of achieving. They look back at their lives and see that comfort kept them from taking action, trying new things, and pursuing their dreams. While comfort may feel safe in the moment, it is actually a slow killer of ambition, discipline, and purpose. The longer a person stays in comfort, the harder it becomes to break free from it. Growth only happens when a person is willing to embrace discomfort. Just as muscles must be stretched and strained to grow stronger, the mind and spirit must also be challenged to develop. The process of growth is uncomfortable because it requires effort, persistence, and the willingness to endure temporary struggles. However, discomfort is not something to fear, it is something to embrace. Every challenge, every difficulty, and every moment of discomfort is an opportunity to become better, stronger, and more prepared for success. Those who reject discomfort reject their own growth. One of the greatest lies comfort tells people is that they have time. It convinces them that they can wait, that they do not need to act now, and that there will always be another opportunity. But time is the most valuable resource a person has, and once it is wasted, it can never be recovered. Those who allow comfort to dictate their decisions often find themselves looking back, wondering what could have been if they had taken action sooner. Success is not for those who wait until they feel ready. It is for those who move forward even when they are uncertain. Comfort also keeps people from discovering their true potential. A person never knows what they are truly capable of until they are tested, stretched, and pushed beyond their limits. Those who never step outside of their comfort zones remain unaware of the strength, talent, and abilities they possess. They settle for small achievements when they could have reached greatness. The only way to unlock one's full potential is to continuously challenge oneself, to take risks, and to step into the unknown with faith and determination. Killing the enemy called comfort requires a shift in mindset. It requires the decision to value growth over ease, purpose over pleasure, and long-term success over short-term satisfaction. It means choosing discipline over laziness, action over excuses, and courage over fear. It is not an easy battle, but it is a necessary one. Those who refuse to fight this battle will remain trapped in mediocrity, but those who defeat comfort will rise to levels of success they never imagined possible.